my League of Legends project, or my senior project was the League of Legends tournament, and I'll just go in and give you a preview of the League of Legends tournament scene in the world. I don't know if that's
Welcome to the League of Legends 2014 World Championship.
Okay, so as I said, that was the League of Legends World Championship for 2014. And for my project, the big question I asked was, how can an online game impact people's lives? And I looked at this in all ways, like interests, hobbies, or like friendships, and even possibly their career path, whether it's making games or playing games. And so what I did was I hosted an online League of Legends tournament, and I created a website to get applicants from this school as well as all around wherever. And I also advertised using like around the school area. And so here's the website I created, and there's all these tabs about what needed to be known about the tournament. And so the specific goals I had was to successfully create a tournament with little to no flaws, and to bring together people to play League of Legends, whether it's for fun or for just the purpose of winning. I also wanted to gain knowledge about the tournament scene and how it works, and especially how the game impacts people's lives. And so why did I want to do this? I wanted to bridge the gap between offline and online. Like, in offline, you don't really know who plays online, and if you don't know that, you don't play with them online. And so I also wanted to build teamwork and friendship. Like, teamwork is an important part of League of Legends, and friendships are just important to life itself. I also wanted to give participants just an experience of doing a League of Legends tournament. And so, like, perhaps this will influence them when they're going to their future. Maybe they want to do this for a living, maybe not. And as for why I chose this project myself, gaming has always been a huge part of my life, so I wanted to do something with gaming, and online games have been like the number one thing, the number one gaming thing. And so, also, League of Legends is proven to be the largest game played, or the biggest game ever, I guess. And when I looked into it, I saw like college clubs that they were actually going into the going into official tournaments, like Robert Morrison University and such. And so, what is League of Legends? Like, while it is the biggest game, I'm sure a lot of you don't really know what League of Legends is. And it's a MOBA, which stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. And essentially, that is when you control one character in a large arena full of other people, and then you face them and try to destroy their base, along with other people. And in League of Legends, it's a 5v5. There's 5 people on your team, and there's 5 people on the enemy team. And you gotta work together and destroy their enemy nexus. And so, the tournament had a lot of problems along the way. So they were setting up the rules and guidelines. That was difficult, but I got through it by looking at what are the linking texts that just official tournament rules for the World Championships. And advertising and finding participants was also a difficulty because there were criteria for you to join the tournament, such as you had to be able to like play draft mode, which requires 16 champions, and that's actually kind of difficult in the game. And there was like we had 3 teams in the tournament, so creating a fair bracket was difficult because while I'd love to just make it all even, I had to give one team the bye because there would be a possibility of just ties everywhere. And going into the tournament, there were a lot of people who had time restrictions, so I wanted to get the tournament done within a certain period of time or else they wouldn't be able to play. Like, a lot of people couldn't play Saturday, so I wanted to get it all done on Friday. And in-game restrictions, being inside the game, I could only spectate it, which didn't give me much power to do anything. Like, if there was lag, I couldn't pause it. If there was a glitch, I couldn't fix it. I couldn't even start the game because you can't hold leadership as a spectator. And so that comes with the problem of being completely online because you can't monitor and moderate people while they're at their computers, while being at your computer. And after the tournament was over, I learned that, well, I couldn't deliver the prize yet because there was a 2-week period where I had to wait while they were on my friends list. And so I couldn't send it for now. And so here's some screenshots of it. The bottom one is the stats page, which I calculated. I added up all the kills, assists, deaths, whatever. And those are some team fights. And so what did I gain doing this? I gained the experience of hosting an online tournament. I thought that was a big one because I learned a lot of things about it. I thought it would be pretty easy going into it. I thought it'd be, I'd go in, host a couple games, spectate, and then get results. But it was way more than that. And so I also did a lot of research about the esports tournaments, and so I gained knowledge around that and how it is actually run, all the rules about it. And I learned the importance of advertising because I advertised quite late because I wanted everything to be set before I started advertising, and so it's really important to advertise when it's not very many people. And also I gained that knowledge about how to manage participants. Even though I couldn't manage the participants well, I learned what I needed to do in the future to manage them. And I learned that even in an online tournament, while this one wasn't that big, it did create a lot of friendships and was a lot of fun to all the people. So that's my project.
As part of Andrew's rubric, he's asking for comprehension, so can there be 3 to 4 questions that Andrew is able to answer?
So you were talking about how you had some trouble like moderating what was going on. Were people trying to cheat or anything like that?
It wasn't cheating, but there's something called being toxic. That I created rules specifically to like don't use swear words, don't BM, bad manning your opponent. And near the end, it started getting a little out of hand, and I couldn't really do anything. Well,
A few more questions?
What would you do differently next time? Like, are you planning on doing it again? First of all?
if I ever hosted another tournament, I definitely want to look into having more power over the game. Like I went into it thinking that like I'll just create the custom lobby and then bring all the players in and then just watch it. But I'd want if I'm gonna make a tournament in the future, I'd want more power than that. I'd want to control the game itself. And so if something goes wrong, I could stop it. If someone breaks the rule, I could just kick them out, something like that.
So did you have to count every single kill and whatever of every player?
At the end of the match, there was always a summary of all the stats in the game. So I just took each game, added up the stats for each player, and then used equations to calculate like the average amount per game.
Were most of your participants from around this area, or did you have people from other areas?
The participants, like the minimum that I required them was that they had to have some sort of connection to the school. Like it could be one person from the school and then 4 of their friends online, as long as they heard about it from the school. And so what ended up happening is that there were quite a few like actual players from the school, but there was also one team, the one team that actually won. They had one person from Mount Pleasant and then 4 other people.
Great, thank you very much.